Alright, we're back. Here. Okay. We're going this way to read the orders. Gotta loop around. Are you fighting something?
Intellectually stimulating.
Dwemer dungeons, what I know. We know almost nothing about them except that they left behind the most interesting and exciting ruins. You know what I'm talking about. That's right, the dwarves, or the Dwemer. For the scholars among you who might be reading this, my brother Radner insists I call them Dwemer, but I like the name dwarves better. It rolls off the tongue, in my opinion. Now, dungeon dwelling is serious work, no matter how much fun it might be, and can be pretty dangerous besides. Just finding a dwarven ruin is no small accomplishment, but getting into one and back out again in one piece can be next to impossible. But before I get to that, let's talk about the ruins themselves. Dwarves created a vast network of underground complexes and cities. Why they preferred to build beneath rock and soil, I couldn't say, but that's where they built them. So that's where you'll have to go if you want to visit a dwarven ruin. Once you do find one, you'll know it. Dwarven architecture has a distinctive look and feel, from the surface entryways to the subterranean structures. They utilize natural openings in the rock wherever possible, tending to decorate and carve existing rock and natural pillars. They only built new structures when it was absolutely necessary, usually to support other structures or to install fortifications. In addition to carving and shaping the natural rock, dwarves use stone as their primary building material. Some metal appears within their ruins, primarily brass, used as accents and in mechanical construction. And here's the really exciting part. Dwarves love their gadgets, and their ruins are full of them. I don't mean just traps, though some of the most devious were designed and built by the long-gone dwarves. I mean heating and cooling systems made up of steam pistons and great gears, glowing lights that shine from the walls, and giant wheels that turn as water cascades over them, multifaceted gems that fire beams of light, and many other wonders too numerous to mention. It's eerie to walk through a dwarven ruin. It's supposed to be empty, deserted, but the lights continue to glow and the pipes continue to steam. It's like the place was waiting for someone to return, as though the dwarves just stepped out for a moment and haven't been gone for hundreds of years. Then there are the inhabitants of the ruins, for a dwarven complex isn't as devoid of life as you might think. In fact, some of the ruins virtually teem with the stuff. But it isn't life as you or I know. It's mechanical life. Constructs. They wander the chambers and corridors in these dungeons, performing tasks assigned to them in ages past. But make no mistake, if a construct spots you, it will attack you. With whirring blades and piston-power swords, the dwarven constructs pose a significant threat to any would-be dungeon dweller. Worse, the constructs know how to repair each other, so the ruins seem to contain an endless supply of the mechanical creatures. So, to successfully enter and exit a dwarven ruin, you need to spot and disarm or otherwise bypass devious traps, avoid or defeat an enemy of increasingly more powerful wandering constructs, or figuring out how to open strange locks that might or might not require something that looks like a key. It can be a bit maddening, but personally I find the challenge to be remarkably fun. Of course, everything I've written thus far has been theory and conjecture. My brother and I have yet to enter a ruin, and all of our practice has been within the mundane dungeons that dot the land. But I've read all the books. We finally acquired the funding we need to tackle the dwarven ruin known as Bethaniel, and I plan to write about that adventure in the very near future. In the meantime, let's all be careful out there. Remember that a dungeon isn't all fun and games. Survival is serious business, and we're in this line of work to not only thrive, but to survive. To all you, mercy is a weakness. Remember, we are here for skulls. It brings no honor to Malakath to take the weak or as slaves as pets. It isn't the way of Malakath. It's not the way of the Oathborn.
Give a girl a hand. Where in Shaw's name did you come from? Never mind. Get me out of these ropes.
What happened to you?
I've tied myself up for fun. What does it look like? I've been captured by orcs. Cut me free. I've got an idea for getting back at these pig-faced snowbacks.
Alright, cut you loose. Remember our vow, brothers and sisters. The Oathbound, take the heads of the wicked elves to satisfy the agreement made by our glorious chieftain. Oh my gosh. I got distracted by nothing.
Much better. That's one I owe you.
Now what?
I'm angry at myself for getting caught by these milk drinkers, and I hate that. I owe them a debt. Want to help me thwart their little invasion of Morrowind?
Sure, what do you got in mind?
In fact, I do. The orcs are carrying kindle pitch. I could smell it. Probably to burn elven houses. Kill some of these snowbacks, collect their kindle pitch, and throw it at their torches in the supply shacks. It'll be fun.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to scout around and figure out our next move. Meet me at the huge gates after you set the supply shacks on fire.
Okay. Her character in Elden Scrolls, she's actually really quite pretty.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
Thank you, I guess.
So much to do.
My head! They cut off my head! You can see me, outsider. I beg you, help me.
What happened?
My followers and I came here to investigate a great magical disturbance. We were ambushed and fallen upon by Kralek Ravortag, an orc necromancer. We were captured, we were beheaded.
Beheaded? Why?
Kralek used some foul necromancy to bind our souls to our skulls. Mine sits upon his dark altar. The skulls of my followers were spread among the orcs, their souls to be used as slaves. He tortures us and torments us endlessly.
Okay, I'll reclaim the skulls.
Yes, that just might work. Find the skulls and bring them to Kralek's altar. We may be dead, but we still have power. We can pull Kralek to you.
Can I ask you a few things?
Yes, outsider. Other than Kralek, you're the first person I've spoken to since the beheading.
What are you doing here?
I was a priestess of the tribunal. I came here with a group of 6 other priests to seek the source of a terrible spiritual disturbance. What we found was horror.
What did you find?
Kralek Ravortag is practicing terrible necromancy in this land. He studies a new art to bind the souls of the dead to morbid fetishes. We became his latest experiment.
Why can't I just take or destroy your skull?
Kralek is cunning. For an orc, the spell can't be broken as simply as that. Killing him is the only sure way.
Okay.
Thank you for releasing us.
Quality material makes for quality goods.
Sweet relief.
Apocrypha take you! Any more? I need some tea.
I'm confused about what you're wanting me to look at. Maybe I have to go around since the door's closed.
We can never repay you.
Going to need a moment. I'm not a young man. Good find, cohort.
I'm going the wrong direction. Oopsies.
I am a scholar, damn it!
Yeah!
Attention here! Hey!
Thanks, Sander. You got his attention for me while I was otherwise in trouble.
I'm still feisty!
There's supposed to be a book around here. I don't see it. Could always be wrong. Sometimes the book guide gets you a little confused. We'll just continue on. King Kurug's promise, here within the agreement between His
Take it
Majesty
in.
King
An
Fyrankin
opportunity for
Marna,
learning.
the monarch of Versinium, the oathbound war chief, herein in terms. Insofar as the death of the Dark Elves are pleasing unto Moloch, and deemed useful as the matter of policy. For each Dark Elf skull obtained by the oathbound, shall be granted title of Malix Maw for 1 year. Furthermore, the war chief and his oathbound are hereby absolved of crimes against the Daggerfall Covenant, including but not limited to murder, banditry, and the felonious impersonation of traveling entertainers. Okay. I don't want the sword, to be honest.
Another chance at perfection.
Gonna fight back. Very confused for a second there. It's a very orcish voice. Sometimes my complaint still exists. I know I probably talk about it often, but the voice actor sometimes takes me out of the immersion because it just doesn't quite match up what you're seeing. You know, guys, I am really hungry. What do I want to do about that? Here it is. Remember our vow, brothers and sisters of the Oathbound. Take the heads of the wicked oaths and satisfy the agreement made by our glorious chieftain.
Go to that pile, meddler!
Kralik is dead, and our spirits are free.
Yes, I killed him.
We are free. Go in peace with our blessing.
Still bothered by the fact that it shows that there's something to be read here, but I am not seeing anything. Well, I guess we'll just continue on.
A most gratifying resolution.
I am a scholar, damn it!
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
I think I have to go all the way back to talk to that NPC. Damn it.
Look at the dancing flames. Did you get them all?
Yeah, the supplies are burning.
Good. These orcs will be sorry they took me captive. We Nords appreciate a nice warm fire. Those Covenant banners are a source of pride to these louts. Destroying them would be a blow to their morale. I think you should burn them.
Okay.
Then here's the finish. Kill their leader Gruznak, the Impatient. If there's one thing an orc can't resist, it's a challenge. Blow the great horn by the gate. That'll bring him out. Meanwhile, I'll go find reinforcements.
Look for a Dark Elf scout by the mouth of the pass. I'll meet you there.
When you go for the banners, watch for the guards on the towers.
What do you know about the orc leader?
Skiva calls himself Gruznak, the Impatient. I guess these orcs consider recklessness a virtue. Can't say I think they're wrong. Just be careful.
Perhaps a tactical approach.
Stop, please.
Laura's switching tentacles. I'm glad that's done.
Why you no burning? There we go.
Quality material makes for quality goods.
Who dares to challenge Gruznak?
When I hit the right mouse button, it usually cancels the spell. I've noticed that suddenly has failed. I don't know if it's a bug or on purpose.
we have an accord.
Pride of the Lion!
Ah, you're back. What did you discover?
They call themselves the Oathbound. You'll want to look at these documents.
Let me see what you found. Covenant mercenaries? You've done well to bring this to me, Traveler. I'll make sure this news reaches Mournhold.
We can use this.
Ah, blood and fire. Now that's what I call a happy ending.
Resnick is dead.
Sure as stones, you did it. These troops heard the horn blow and came running from Narcissus. With Grusnak gone, we can sweep up the rest of these orcs in no time. You've got a heavy hand, friend. I like that.
Alright, I think I'm gonna get a good stopping point here. We struck a terrible blow against the Oathbound. I shall be back with some more.